Warning! Graphic pest control video ahead. Do not watch if you might be offended. If, however, you really like watching pest control videos, then hello again and welcome to the Squirrel Hunter channel. Please continue and watch us as we control pest populations with silenced air rifles here in the UK. If you have any questions, can you please check the description below first to see if it's already been answered and for some useful links. Thank you. I have a new toy for ratting. It's a Theoban Rapid 17 in 177 caliber and it's set up to shoot 11 foot-pounds. I have to thank Mr. Ryan Dawson of Newport for being so kind to sell it to me, and no Ryan, you're not getting it back. I've already tested it with the RWS Super Mags and it shoots them very well indeed. I set the zero up about 20 yards. I'm going to go off out with it to our favourite rat permission at the poultry farm. I'm waiting for darkness to fall. It's a beautiful sunset. The camera didn't capture it very well, so I took 2 paces to the left and got a much better view. I just have to sit and wait for the rats to come out. And there she is, on the shooting sticks, all set up with the NS50 from Night Sight, ready to go. Let's cut straight to the action. Spot this one round the back of the shed, waste no time in taking it with a nice headshot. Although the gun sounds a bit twangy, there's nothing wrong with the performance. I will be trying to get something done about that sometime in the future. There's the first kill with the 177 Rapid. I spot another one in the hedgerow. It doesn't hang around too long. You do get that with the amount of nettles about. You hear the ducks squeaking around in the background. I waited there a little bit longer. This one stuck his head up. That's more like it. I'll do a bit of Super Mag, making no mistake there. I do like the Rapid. It has a 17 shot magazine and a big bottle. So what's not to like about that, eh? Plenty of shots and plenty of air to drive them with. And best of all, the Rapid magazine, once you've indexed the last shot, the bolt won't close, so no more dry fires. And there he is outside of his hole. And here's another one. I'm looking at him through the fence. I can see where his head is. He's got to get steady. Doesn't look like a good shot, that one. I think it went into his body by the look of that. Short delay. He's dead the other side of there. Let's have a quick look around. Another one comes into view. Quick shuffle of the feet. And flip that one over onto his back. Oh, the other one's hightail it out of there. That's more like it. Body shot worked on the other one. I do prefer a headshot. There they are. 2 dead in the puddle. Same location. Another set of eyes. Obviously thirsty tonight. This puddle's a bit of a draw. So I'll take a shot. I wasn't exactly sure if I got that one, to be honest. I definitely missed that shot. He's still sat there. I get him with the third go. Definitely had him that time. Not moving now. There he is. To dig him at the nettles a bit to find him. There's another one under a shed. A bit too slow on that one. I do wonder sometimes how many more I'd get if I didn't have to film it. Bit of patience and out he comes again. No doubt in that shot. Do like the 177 pellets, flat trajectory compared to a 2.2. Making range estimation at night a lot easier. And those Super Mags do some damage. Quite a heavy pellet, 9.3 grains. And whistling out the end of the rifle about 700 feet per second. There he is. Quite a few coming out in groups tonight. I move these feeders into the middle of the field, deliberately to cause them to come into the same area. Good straight on headshot. They all run for cover. I didn't see any more come back out, so I had to go over and retrieve this one. They're a bit skittish here now, so I go for a wander. And spot a few on the upturned trailer. They seem to be getting on the top of that a lot more lately. I've whacked that one straight in the top of the head. Or so I thought, anyway. There's a few more wandering around in the background. Nothing to the side and nothing underneath. I failed to go and pick that one up for some reason. Maybe because I spotted some more eyes over here, just emerging from the nettles. Good straight on headshot there. He's not moving. The pellet must have gone down into the body on that one. Plenty of blood out the top of the head. The moon started to come out. It was pretty dark up until then. It lit me up like a floodlight. Didn't seem to put these ones off. They want to come for a drink. I'm still trying to track him. Just got to get him to get into view. It's more like it. Take your chances when you get them. No other eyes. So go over to retrieve him. There he is. Quite difficult sometimes with the torchlight to see him in the weeds. Here's one as I was walking across the field. Didn't hang around very long. And I spot this rabbit. I decide to walk up on him. See if I can get a shot on. I did wonder at the time how come I missed that one. Quite clearly see he ducked just as I pulled the trigger. There's a crosshairs. Should have been an easy kill. Now his head starts to drop as I pull the trigger. And there's the pellet leaving the barrel. His head's already exited the crosshairs. Never mind, eh? It's gone after the rats again. It's more like it. He didn't duck. The nettles can be useful sometimes, and other times they can be a real pain. That one hasn't managed to flip into them, so it's easy enough to go and retrieve him. Lots of blood again. Those pellets do quite a lot of damage. I'll spot this one. Take him out. His mate fails to run too far away. Quick line up, and another one bites the dust. Quite effective, I do believe. That was me cycling the bolt and finding I've run out of pellets. Second mag in, I go to retrieve him. That's the first one. There's the second one. Quite difficult sometimes to see. And there he is. There they are together. Check the one on top of the other. This one looks like a large rat. He's not hanging around for long. I spot another one. Not entirely sure if it's the same one or not. It doesn't matter. He's a dead one. You can see the bowl just at the bottom of the picture. He was going to come out and have a feed off that. But he sat still. He's having a bit of a kick in the bushes. Just a few nerves. When I went over to him, he was dead. And for another wonder, spot that fella sticking his head out. It's always a bad thing to do, either myself or bros around. It's a moth fly by, like a pterodactyl. I pulled him out. Pellets caught him straight in the top of the head. Back to the upturned trailer again. Line up on him. I think that was a miss. I think there's another one that's moved his head in the bushes. You can see the click of doom, or the baby click of doom. This rapid's a lot smaller than my other one, believe it or not. The FAC one's quite a lot heavier, a lot longer barrel. I was having no trouble picking these rats out. Excellent investment indeed. Bit of helicopter tail. Pretty sure that was a good headshot. There he is. There's a tray buried in the dirt there, makes it look worse than it is. I spot another rabbit and stalk into range and line up on him. Made no mistake that time. Bit of a wave of the back leg. And he's dead. So that's the first rabbit for the rapid as well as the first rat tonight. There he is. Next to the rapid, the NS50 on top. See if the pellet's gone in. Plenty of blood out the ears. Off for another wander. I spot this one on having a bit of a feed. I do believe I've missed that one. On for another wander. Catch another one out in the open. It does pay to move around here. If you can see them, you can shoot them. You can very often hear them. This one has a bit of a flip about. I'm going to back off the magnification to have a look around for some more friends. I'm happy with the shot. Just a few nerves. Nothing else has been brought out. Just the tail twitching there. The arc of blood on the wall where he flipped. They do bleed out well from these shots. I go for another wander and spot another rabbit. Can't quite believe it, can you? And guess what? There's another one. Choices, choices. I'm quite close to these. He sticks his head up. I think about the shot. Trouble is, when they stick their head up like that, they can drop back down. So I decide on this fella. Should be able to just slip it past into his head. He's kicked off to the side there. They've all ran. There's more rabbits than the two I saw. I've reloaded. Guess what? Another one's run into view. So I line up on him as well. So that's 3 rabbits in a rapid tonight. It's all going rather well, isn't it? There's another one. If it only sat still long enough. Disappeared off into the bushes. But I'm happy with that. That was the last one I shot. There they are. Brace of rabbits. In the space of a minute or two. Back after the rats I go. This one's on the dung pile, not far from the bonfire. Just want to stick his head up a little bit more. He decides he's going to run off. Rather annoying. I spot these in the back of one of the sheds. Those eyes are rats. There's a bird roosting on top of there. There he is. They're asleep. They pretty much ignore the air rifles. That's the beauty of silenced air rifles around these areas. I spot this fella and knock him straight over. You see the bit of helicopter tail behind the lump. And a spasm of the back legs flips him into the air. I'm pretty sure the shot's good. He twitches his last. I'll have a quick scan about over the dung pile. Nothing sticking to the nettles. And there he is. About this time I call it a night. And that ends the debut of the Rapid 177. 3 rabbits and 3/4 buckets of rats. And I took the rabbits home and skinned them. That one never knew what hit him, still eating his dinner. There they are, soaked in brine water overnight. I turned them into dinner. The recipe is in the description. It's BBC food. We're not a cookery channel. I would caution you to slow cook this thing, or cook it for about double the amount of time they said to cook it for. It's very tasty. It's a little bit on the tough side. Slow cooker would have been better, I think. But I was very pleased with the Rapids' performance tonight. And it looks just like the start of a beautiful friendship to me. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please like, subscribe and share. Thank you.